Syracuse not only coming off a bye, they've only played 2 games in the last 30 days. Duke missing a key piece. Face-off man, All-American Jake Naso out for the tournament with a lower body injury. Cal Girard took the opening face-off, and the Blue Devils gained possession. 15 to shoot. O'Neal, marked by Billy Dwan. O'Neal was 2 for 12 shooting in the first meeting against Syracuse. And the Blue Devils strike first. It's Dyson Williams.
Created some opportunities early on, and then there, as the shot clock is counting down, kind of a nice mumbo type play where Dyson Williams starts in the crease and fills to the backside. Not many players can throw that cross pass running towards the sideline and throw it all the way across the defense with accuracy and pace. Just not, in my opinion, not a great look.
Hard to see the numbers, huh? Madori turns the corner.
A change-up look, and again, right there, they got 2 goals in 42 seconds. Madori with a nice take, bending the corner.
Zawada over to O'Neal. Syracuse's man-down defense, it's a wholesale line change. The Junkyard Dogs. O'Neal thought about it. Zawada, step down, rocket. Yes, sir.
The pass to Denenza in the crease, who gets it out quickly to O'Neal. And rather than O'Neal taking the shot, he makes the one more pass to Zawada, who can take a couple steps in to get his hands free, and the nice placement to the low left portion of the cage.
He's taken more than 1,600 face-offs in his career. A lot of mileage, dealing with a lower body injury. They want him at his best next weekend onwards. Duke right now, firing on all cylinders. Madori second.
Was predominantly a midfielder all year. And I think they found something here. He is their fastest player, a dynamic athlete with the ability to play from the midfield and attack. I like it. You get Dyson Williams coming out of the box. He's going to have a short stick on him potentially.
And part of that, they wanted to take away Madori dodging downhill.
Yeah, when he gets going full speed, like he is kind of the starter of Duke's offense.
Boy, they can't miss. That's Max Sloat. Ran right out of the box.
Madori behind the cage. The red shirt freshman to his strong left hand. Absolutely bombs one to the back of the cage.
There's Burt Whistle, part of the second midfield, which has been the most productive second midfield in the ACC this year. Burt Whistle, row up Stevens. And the Orange get on the board. It's Stevens.
Leadership can go a long way, right? But here again, this is Hiltz. We highlighted him in the open. His ability to carry with the ball in his stick this year has really impressed me. Right? And more often than not, he's going to be shooting that shot himself, but his indoor prowess, his box across prowess allows him to throw great touch passes.
They really channel the spirit of their head coach and how they play and move the ball. Stevens with his second.
On the man up, a little hidden ball trick behind, gets Duke guessing a little bit. Not your normal man up offense, but right there, Stevens takes the extra step to the middle of the field and just paints the corner.
Here comes Zawada. Pappendick, back to X and Zawada. Madori, good look from the wing. High over Will Mark.
Right here we see O'Neal top center. How do you scout that during the week? It throws your slide packages for a loop, and that's how you get Madori.
Now Ben Johnston, Duke's top incoming freshman. Here comes O'Neal, cranks and scores off the bounce.
You're going to see here, right, as he gets the pass from Johnson, a big release, but he's so big and physical and uses the turf right here. Look at this. He puts a little top spin. He turns that wrist over, and it then gets the ball to bounce through the top part of the cage.
Duke arguably has the best quartet of short stick D-middies in the country. Leo, question mark not there. Shot on the run by English, save Jamison. Dyson Williams trying to get free in the crease. He's in the landlocked navel of that Syracuse defense. There's Williams, and he somehow sneaks it through.
Very dangerous on the low portion of that man-up set.
Away from the alley, using the pick. Feeds the middle. Save Jamison. Madori using that speed and that shake. Feed in front, shot, and the score.
One of the best defensive players in the country, but he's been running out of the midfield, right? So you're not used to guarding behind the cage. And Madori here with a nice change of direction. Again, it's this pass, high and away, leading Mitchell.
New goalie for Syracuse, Jimmy McCool, sophomore from Boston, enters all the way to the pylon mat. Back to even strength. Spina toward the cage, going low. 5-hole on Jamison.
Right, I don't think he's the athlete that Mike Powell was. Very few people are as skilled as Mike Powell is, but again, for the pressure he had on his shoulders since he stepped on campus, I think he's done a remarkable job stepping up and really becoming the centerpiece of the Syracuse offense.
To me, he's a high IQ lacrosse player who fits this offense extremely well because it's an offense. Whereas if you have a Virginia with a Schellenberger and Cormier, Duke with all its weapons, Notre Dame with the Kavanaughs, as Cohn's got a chance here in transition, we'll hold that thought.
Just a nice job here, again, on the wings, getting this extra possession. Eyes up, right, looking down the field. English, an amazing athlete, finds Cohn, and he takes it to the heart of the Duke defense.
Working on Dewan, spins it back. Sloat can't handle it. It's scooped up by the Orange. And they give it right back. Papendick near the equator. He lost it. Spina wants it. Unsettled chance. Here comes Stevens. Feeds the wing. Back to Spina. Duke gets back. Good transition defense by the Blue Devils.
Good transition defense from the Blue Devils. An awesome sequence for Syracuse in the middle of the field, getting that possession.
Stevens has a matchup against Papendick. Swims by him and scores.
I really feel this offense is at its best when he initiates, particularly when he's guarded by a short stick. Just incredibly quick. Amazing footwork here. Watch him drop his stick low, right, and gets his hands free. 21, right? And what I mean by he gets his hands really close together. Most goalies like to have a little bit more space, but McCool, his posture, his hands very, very close together, which is pretty unique for a goaltender.
He is a lefty. What's the reasoning behind that?
My guess is that he thinks he can get the explosion with that top hand a little bit more and he's going to, I think, probably use his body a little bit more low, but up top likes to have his hands together so he can explode a little bit more.
Here comes Dwan. Boy, he's been a weapon in transition this year. 7 goals. Entenmann, Jamison, Mark, Nunes, Colin Krieg at North Carolina. Look at the shake, the bake, and the finish. Andrew Madori, give him 4 on the evening.
Madori here, look at the quickness and the face dodge. And then the perfect release to the far post. Schmidt, again, a long stick midi playing behind the cage. Not able to match Madori's explosiveness.
Denenza down the alley, McCool scoops it. English wants it. They find him. English turbos ahead. Over to Spina, bang.
with McCool in cage for Syracuse. Tracks that shot the entire way, maintains possession. Then again, the Syracuse team in transition, because they have players like Sam English, can create and generate so much offense. And Spina here does a nice job. Again, I think good deception on that release.
Shot clock down to 12. Balsamo looking for a cutting Zawada. O'Neal picks it out of the air. O'Neal fires and scores!
Right here, we're gonna see the pass, good defense. Now the ball's in the air, and okay, most people are taking this shot, and he right there is patient. Takes a shot after the whistle, or excuse me, after the goal. Could have been a flag on Syracuse. We hope O'Neal's okay. He's grabbing his shoulder a bit after this goal, but again, just
he absorbs that hit from Jake Spina.
The awareness is unreal. The patience.
Syracuse will start with the ball. Now, this Orange team has not been blown out this season. You look at all their losses. Maryland in overtime, Army in overtime, Cornell in overtime, and by 2 to Notre Dame. Hiltz plays catch. Stevens, he's got a first half hat trick. And Syracuse capitalizes. Spina right off the wing.
The last goal he had, same spot in the field. He dropped it 3/4 and went low to the far post. This time, again, drops it 3/4, but pulls it high near side.
I've had a number of coaches tell me this year their offense is the hardest to game plan for and to match up for. Hard to game plan and match up against number 34. Another goal for O'Neal, the bicentennial man, number 200 in his career.
Again, he's going to run off a pick. And right here you can see Dwan goes over the top, but he gets his hands free. And again, I can't overemphasize your player's ability to shoot on the run high with enough pace changes everything. That's how you go from good to great as an on-the-run shooter.
There's Stevens. Anvils down the alley. Jamison says no. Burt Whistle matched by Charlie O'Connor. Burt Whistle, a weapon from the outside. Jamison read that all the way. Jimmy McCool, the sophomore from Boston, in goal for Syracuse, came in for Will Mark, who gave up 9 goals in the opening quarter. Now O'Neal sledgehammers through the defense. 4 for O'Neal, and he has been unleashed tonight.
4 goals in the contest, most of them above the cage, sweeping to the left. That one there, just the patient gather of that loose ball. And again, right here, just getting to his strong hand and changing it up. His last couple to the top portion of the cage.
Denenza, that's a save by McCool. Loose in front, big ground ball. The Orange come up with it, it's Dwan. If it's Duke, it'll be the second meeting this season. And a rematch of last year's national championship. Bounce shot with little on it. An easy save for the freshman Jamison.
Duke probably number 2 seed, right? At that point, so you've got the true matchup of the 2 favorites at this point to take it all home.
O'Neal, a man possessed today. Save McCool. Rebound, score. Dyson Williams, so good around the crease.
Yet still has the hat trick here. O'Neal, again, all game, been being aggressive, taking it to the cage. The first matchup against Syracuse didn't produce much. Tonight, different story. Making this Duke defense feel threatened, right? When do we start sliding? We saw that in the game earlier. Virginia didn't know when to slide and not to slide. And Duke, knowing they had those matchups, just shutting Syracuse down as Duke on the offensive end. Yeah, Duke came to play today, just picture-perfect offense, great spacing. Duke on another level.
Syracuse probing the perimeter. Thompson over to Hiltz. Snuffed out by Jamison.
Which you think they will in the tournament. They're as good as anybody.
Madori gets topside. Pure blinding speed and a flag at the end of the play. Late hit.
Plays right here again. McGuire with a great check. The clean capture by Carpenter. And then they push an offense. And one thing that has proven to be true today is that Syracuse cannot keep up with Andrew Madori behind the cage. Right here you see the late hit.
This attack did very little in the first meeting against Syracuse. They have dominated tonight. McCool makes the save, forfeits the possession. What sort of statement tonight? Well, let's see what happens here. Zawada streaking toward the cage. And transition, Josh Zawada.
The domination from an athletic perspective. Duke, what I loved is domination from an adjustment perspective, right? And showing up with energy. But again, like, seasons can get away from you. And oftentimes that happens in your record, but oftentimes it happens and reflects in your effort. And North Carolina fought hard all year long, and to end off in a win against Duke means a lot.
English gets one back for Syracuse. Coming into today, they had played 2 games in the last 30 days this time of year. It's only 2 games over a month. Joey Spina tonight has 3 goals. He's up to 79 points on the season. Needs 1 more point to become the first 80-point scorer at Syracuse since Kevin Rice in 2015. Right down the alley and a goal for the Orange. That's Luke Roa. Max Sloat gets topside.
Just a big, strong athlete. 6'3", 220 pounds, predominantly left-handed. Has been running with the first midfield almost all year, but tonight, with some of the technical adjustments that they've made with Madori and Denenza.
Penn is leading Cornell. Princeton beat Yale earlier today.
Again, so Penn, they win, right? They have a win over Duke, which will be one of the best wins in the country. Right, at least teams in the playoff.
How many times have we seen that? Joey Spina, his 4th goal. He posts up, he goes behind the back.
And Spina's just a tough dodger. Again, this is against Kenny Brower. Just a nice job positioning, but this is his move. Right, his ability to get to that space. He's hard to push off. He hasn't had as much success this year with that move as people have started to scout him. But are you kidding me with this right here? Look, high, behind the back to the far post. Carr can cut hair and drive a car at the same time.
Cut hair, drive a car. He can talk his way out of a ticket.
He can host a studio show.
There's DeJuan. 8th goal of the season for the sophomore Billy DeJuan, whose dad was a legend, 3-time All-American defenseman at Johns Hopkins in a long time.
A nice job, just a simple cut with the long stick and the smooth bouncer to the top portion of the cage. Cuse still fighting.
Save McCool. Shot clock reset.
You're going to see both these teams bring their A game.
Look at Duke still playing. Carter Rice. I didn't expect this today, Matt. I didn't expect 2 blowouts. One more for Luke Roa.
To me, right, was just how dominant Notre Dame was. athletically and physically, right? But again, like I think Syracuse leaves this game, right? They're not going to get the W. Maybe not demoralized like I think Virginia may be feeling right now based on these outcomes.
Yeah, Syracuse is a team in the regular season. They beat Virginia. They did beat Duke in the regular season. Stevens gets his 4th. That's just bookkeeping with 1.8 left. Coming into the year, we wondered, Syracuse and Johns Hopkins, are they back? I think they've answered that. Their full body of work speaks for itself.
Great regular seasons.
Final whistle sounds. Duke in convincing fashion. Notre Dame earlier today in convincing fashion. The ACC championship picks up where we left off last season.